right. Good evening, everyone, to the Salvation team. I call us Salvation Breed because that is what you are, and your success is always our priority. My personal priority. I'm happy when you are happy, when you are seeing profit, and I'm broken when you are not in profit. Okay, let me do a video here. This is ShadowSwap. This is the first decentralized exchange that was built on the core blockchain, and you know what it means to be first. You understand what it means. So now you can see this is one of my accounts. You know that in MetaMask you can have different accounts. This is one of the accounts I'm using to just do this video. Now please, but take note, this is not financial advice, and you can do as you are led. I won't be held responsible for your profits or your losses, but I know you will surely succeed in it. Okay, now look at it now. For you to be able to do what I'm asking you to do here, this is why the purpose of doing this voice note is that first of all you must have core. Now I have over in this account here, I have over let me say I have 1,000 core. Now look at what I did. I was able to buy Shadow. I bought Shadow in my other account, and Shadow gave me over 2,005% profit. Are you following? So now I don't want this video to be too long and bulky, and I want to show you how to lock liquidity and earn money for yourself. Look at liquidity here. Look at swap here. Swap simply means you want to trade your core to any project, maybe Shadow or whichever one. Are we following? Look at N. N here talks about maybe farming or or locking of liquidity of this thing. So now the major purpose I'm doing this video is for number one is for liquidity. You can see here, click here, and you can provide liquidity. Liquidity simply means as people you are locking your, for instance, you are locking your Shadow and your core. But for you to provide liquidity, you must have Shadow and you must have core, and both of them must be on the same. For instance, you're having $200 core. That means you have to sell $100 out of the $200 to Shadow so that it can be $100, so that it can work. And as people are buying Shadow, with their core, you'll be getting liquidity. You'll be getting percentage because you provided liquidity for it. Now you can see if I provided liquidity already before. So now, but it's no longer showing again. Do you know why? Let's come to this N. Click this N. Click N. You will see farm, right? You see farm and liquidity. Now let's go to pool first. Pool rather than farm. Look at pool here. Pool here talks about the liquidity that you provided. Talking about liquidity. Now, in this liquidity now, you're having locked. This locked here is 68,000%. That is to say 68,000% for the period of let's check the period. For the period of I provided $800, you can see $800 for the period of 1 year. For the period of 1 year, I should be getting it's going down. Please take note, this APY is not stagnant. The more people enter, the more the APY reduces. You can see I just did mine this night, not quite long. You can see that is locked. I'm locking it for 1 year. That means I won't be able to withdraw it till 1 year. You can see. But you can see the other one. On the other hand, flexible APY. Flexible APY here talks about you can easily withdraw your cash when you need it, your liquidity that you provided. Because for you to be able to do these things, all these or pool, right, you must be able to have lock liquidity. Can you see? Yeah, this one is flexible. That means you can withdraw it anytime, any day. You following? Yeah. So me, I've already locked mine for 1 year. I believe in the project because it's the first of its kind and it's going to do well. Are you feeling me? Yeah, so I can continue to shoot, right? Yeah, so you can do that, provide liquidity and be earning for yourself instead of wasting what much of your time. I provided $800 lock boots, that is $400 in core and $400 in what's it called, in shadow. But now I've gotten 1.2. So let's say it goes for just 1 year. And it's not that I'm greedy. Actually, it's because of the 67,000%. Some people will say before tomorrow, the APY will have reduced. Will have really reduced. Yeah, I know what I'm saying. Will have even reduced to 50,000. But the higher the APY, the higher the cash that comes in. You following? But you can release on to 2 to 3 days or 7 days regarding depending on how you want to do your own. Are you following? Yeah. Or you can also farm. Farm here talks about you are only for this thing you are holding, the core. That means you are locking, it's like staking your core. You following? You are staking your story, you are staking your shadow. You can see I have over 505 shadow. Then I staked it. Look at what I've gotten so far. 0.01. And anytime I feel like on staking, I can do that. Do you know the purpose of staking is because you are not ready to sell the coin. You are ready to hold the coin for a long period of time. Why should you then keep it in that wallet? Why don't you lock it and stake it so that it can start giving you ROI, return of investment? You know, in the world they call it reinvestment. We will call it staking because we lock it, and as we are investing, our major purpose is to invest, right? Our major purpose is to invest in that project, which is shadow. But you don't just want your shadow to just be dormant in your wallet. You also want to put it to work so you can still be earning small money out of it. So that's why you lock it. Farming or farming or pool, locking of liquidity, and this thing can give you money. So, but you must not use a financial advice, and there are risks also attached to it. Yes, everything has consequences. So I just let me do this voice notes to the inner caucus for every one of us to watch and go through it. And if you are led, the name of the first decentralized exchange is ShadowSwap, and you must ensure you use MetaMask. So that is just it. But you must have core to be able to go to do all this. I pray God gives us understanding. All right, good day, guys. Good night, guys, and please have a blessed night. And I believe this video is educational, but it's not financial. Thank you. God bless. Stay blessed, and good night, everyone.